You've read the brochure, you've watched the commercials, and you think you know exactly what happens on a cruise ship. There is a whole other world of unwritten rules and hidden secrets that cruise lines don't put in the marketing materials. From secret codes in the daily planner to private things your neighbors can definitely see. Here are 14 things cruise lines won't tell you. First up, let's talk about that balcony. You paid hundreds of dollars extra for privacy, right? Wrong. Those dividers between rooms are not soundproof, and they definitely aren't sightproof. There are often gaps at the floor, gaps at the wall. Plus, at night the glass reflections act like mirrors. So before you decide to get romantic or step out there without clothes on, remember this. If you can hear your neighbor opening a soda can, they can hear everything you are doing. Don't become the talk of the corridor. Speaking of privacy, remember this. Your cabin steward comes in at least once a day, usually twice. They are professionals, and they have seen it all. But let's not make it awkward. If you brought specific outfits for the evening, or if you have prohibited items sitting out on the counter, put them in a drawer before you leave for breakfast. It's about mutual respect. You don't want to come back and find your personal items neatly arranged on a towel animal. Trust me. Now, about those prohibited items. Let's be real. Statistics show about 13% of cruisers try to sneak alcohol on board to save money. Is it allowed? No. Can you get kicked off? Technically, yes. But usually, if they catch you, you get sent to the naughty room. This isn't a jail. It's a room where they open your bag, confiscate the bottle, and give it back at the end of the trip. People swear by rum runner pouches, but you have to decide if saving $50 is worth the embarrassment of being called down to security. If you are looking for your crowd on board, you need to know the codes in the daily planner. The cruise lines use discretion here. If you see a meeting for Friends of Bill W., that is not a guy named Bill hosting a party. That is the International Code for Alcoholics Anonymous meetings. And if you see Friends of Dorothy, that is the meetup for LGBTQ+ travelers. Knowing the codes helps you find your community without awkward questions. This one sounds crazy for a tropical cruise, but pack a hoodie or a wrap. Seriously. The air conditioning inside the ship, especially in the theater and the main dining room, is set to Arctic. Plus, the wind on the top deck at night while the ship is moving at 20 knots, it is freezing. Do not be the person shivering in a tank top during the comedy show, or you will end up buying an overpriced sweatshirt in the gift shop. This is my favorite pro tip. In the main dining room, the menu is just a suggestion. You are not limited to one appetizer and one entree. Want 2 lobster tails? Order them. Want to make your own surf and turf? Order the steak and the shrimp. Want to skip the salad and order 3 appetizers instead? Do it. As long as they have the ingredients, the waiters usually love to make it happen. You already paid for the food. Don't be shy. Here is a packing tip that saves your sanity. Cruise cabin bathrooms are tiny and have 0 counter space. If you leave your stuff out, it will slide onto the floor. Bring a cheap over-the-door shoe organizer. Hang it on the bathroom door. Put your sunscreen, hair clips, meds, and deodorant in the pockets. It acts like a vertical drawer and keeps the cabin clutter-free. Throw a few magnetic hooks in your bag too. The walls are metal, and you'll need them for hats and lanyards. If you head to the casino, stay away from the Keymaster or Skill Crane games. You know the ones. Stacks of cash. iPads. They look like games of skill, but they aren't. They are programmed just like slot machines to only pay out after a certain amount of money has been fed into them. You aren't winning that iPad because you have good aim. You win only if the computer decides it's time to pay out. Did you know you can check exactly how clean your ship is before you book? It's public record. The CDC publishes sanitation scores and reports on norovirus outbreaks for every ship. And if you're worried about safety, the Department of Transportation publishes crime stats, suspicious deaths, assaults, everything. Most people book blindly. A pro checks the safety record first. It takes 5 minutes on Google. So, on the last morning, the ship just turns into chaos, right? They'll give you a number or a zone tag to get off the ship. But here's the secret, you can usually ignore it. If you're able to carry your own luggage off the ship without any help, go for self-assist. You can walk off literally whenever you want. usually as early as 7 o'clock in the morning. Don't just sit in a lounge for 2 hours waiting for them to call number 4 if you've got your bags in hand. This is a serious one, and honestly, people get it wrong all the time. Do not try to hook up with the crew. It's strictly against maritime employment laws. Officers are one thing, but if you invite a bartender or cabin steward back to your room, you're not being fun, you're actually getting them fired. They have zero tolerance for this. The ship has cameras everywhere. If a crew member enters a passenger cabin unnecessarily, they'll lose their job and be put off at the next port. And on that note, just assume you are always being watched. There is, effectively, zero privacy in public areas. Hallways, elevators, decks, stairwells. Cameras cover nearly every inch of the ship for safety and liability. The bridge is monitoring constantly. Also, be aware that cameras on the bridge wings often look down the side of the ship, so your balcony might not be as hidden as you think. Behave yourself. I get this question constantly. Can I bring my gummies if I have a prescription? Or, it's legal in California. Can I bring it? The answer is no. Cruise ships follow federal and international maritime law. It does not matter if it's legal in the state you leave from. Drug dogs are often at the port terminal. If you get caught, you are staying on the dock and losing your vacation money. Leave it at home. Finally, check your spending account every single night on the cruise app. Do not wait until the last day. The cruise lines make mistakes constantly. You might get charged for a drink you didn't order, or a spa treatment you canceled. It is much easier to fix a $15 mistake on a Tuesday night than it is to stand in a massive line at guest services on the last morning when you're trying to catch a flight. That line is always a nightmare. Avoid it. Number 2. Thinking of a quick puff on your balcony? That's an instant $1,000 fine on lines like Norwegian and Celebrity. The smell travels directly into your neighbor's cabin through the vents, and all they need is one photo for proof. This includes vapes. It's not just for comfort, it's a serious fire safety issue. Use the designated smoking areas or prepare to pay a massive fine that could ruin your trip. Number 3. Don't throw anything overboard. Not a flower, not confetti, nothing. It violates the International MARPOL Treaty against marine pollution, and Carnival's fine starts at $500. It's not just littering, it harms marine life. Plus, ships log the GPS coordinates of every discharge. If port authorities trace waste back to you, you could face huge personal fines. Keep everything that belongs on the ship, on the ship. Number 4. Your personal Bluetooth speaker. Yes, you can bring it, but if it's audible beyond 6 feet, a rule Princess Cruises uses, security will confiscate it. A cruise is a shared space, so, don't be that guy at the pool. Instead of sparking a war with your neighbors, just bring a cheap headphone splitter. You can share your music without annoying everyone else and get to keep your speaker. Number 5. And it's deadly serious. Climbing or sitting on balcony railings means automatic removal from the ship. No questions, no refund. A woman on Symphony of the Seas did a handstand for Instagram and was immediately kicked off with a lifetime ban from Royal Caribbean. Railings are 42 inches high for safety, not for your photo op. A fall is almost always fatal. It is never worth the risk. Number 6. Feeding the seagulls or fish may seem charming, but it's a big no. On Holland America, it's an instant $300 fine. It makes birds aggressive and dependent on humans for food. Plus, bird poop is highly corrosive, damages the ship, and creates dangerously slippery decks. If you want a wildlife encounter, book a snorkel excursion where fish are fed safely and ethically by the crew. Number 7. Leave your drone at home. They're banned fleet-wide on most cruise lines for privacy and safety reasons. The best-case scenario is confiscation by the ship. Worst case? Port Customs can seize your expensive drone and hit you with massive storage fees or legal action for unauthorized flight. Want great aerial shots? Cruise lines offer professional photo packages using their own licensed drones. Number 8. Candles, incense, and even rechargeable flicker flames are all banned. They violate the International SOLAS Fire Code. An open flame on a breezy balcony is a major fire hazard. Accidentally setting off the ship's fire detection system can trigger a brigade response and a $600 charge on your account. For a romantic vibe, just ask housekeeping for a free spa-scented diffuser. All the ambiance, none of the fire risk. Number 9. Leaving your balcony door open to let the breeze in is a costly mistake. It seriously overloads the ship's air conditioning system, triggering alarms your cabin steward gets notified about. Repeatedly doing this can land you a $150 HVAC service fee for excessive energy use. Open it for a quick photo, enjoy the air for a moment, then shut it. Your wallet will thank you. Number 10. The classic chair hog. Saving a pool lounger with your towel at dawn is a risky move. Most crews are authorized to remove items from unattended chairs after about 40 minutes to ensure fairness for all guests. You could return from a 2-hour breakfast to find your Kindle at guest services and your prime spot long gone. So be present or be prepared to lose your lounger. Number 11. Let's talk topless tanning. It's strictly banned on most mainstream U.S. lines like Disney, which need to maintain a family-friendly environment. Do it, and you'll get a written warning. However, lines like Virgin Voyages and Costa Cruises do allow it fleet-wide. The key is to know your cruise line's specific policy. Don't assume. Find the designated adult-only deck or pack a bandeau to be safe. Finally, number 12. Always carry prescription meds in their original pharmacy-labeled bottles. Port Customs can and will seize any unmarked pills, suspecting illegal trafficking. Worse, if you share a pill with a new friend and they have a bad reaction, you are liable. Under maritime law, it can be seen as illegal distribution, leading to fines or even arrest. It's a simple rule that protects you and everyone else. Now for some risque but legal loopholes. First, drink packages. They're worth it only if you'll have 5 or more premium drinks every day. Do the math first. Next, singles meetups. Check the ship's app for solo traveler gatherings. They're a great pressure-free way to meet new people. Third, chartered nude cruises are a real niche thing you can specifically book if a clothing-optional vibe is your goal. Finally, the port drinking age. In places like Cozumel, Mexico, the drinking age is 18. So if you're 18 to 20, you can legally drink ashore. Just don't try bringing any alcohol back on board. Imagine settling into your cruise cabin, only to be thrown off the ship mid-voyage. That's exactly what happened to one German couple because of what they did on their balcony. They thought it was romantic. The cruise line called it a security incident. And they're not alone. People have been banned for life, fined hundreds, and yes, even arrested. All for doing things they didn't know were against the rules. So today, I'm going to walk you through the mistakes that can ruin your cruise, with a few cautionary tales, a bit of friendly advice, and the occasional raised eyebrow. Before we get into the juicy stories told in this video, make sure to hit that subscribe button. Nick Nadev once jumped off his Royal Caribbean balcony in Nassau, on purpose. His friends filmed it. The cruise line banned them all for life. Another woman was banned just for standing on her railing to take a photo. Cruise lines don't like risky behavior, and they like lawsuits even less. Falling overboard at sea? Odds of survival are slim, so if you want a thrill, try the water slide, not the second deck railing. Unless you're on one of the few German lines that allow it, don't light up on the balcony. Your neighbors will report you faster than you can say Marlboro. Ignore warnings and you could be disembarked mid-cruise. Smoke inside your cabin? You'll be billed over $250 for deep cleaning. Also, tossing a cigarette overboard? That's how cruise ship fires start. The only thing you should throw over the balcony is your stress. Renate and Volker were enjoying their balcony. A little too much. They were passionately loud, with the balcony door wide open. The result? A security-related disturbance and a one-way trip off the ship. Balconies have gaps, neighbors, and yes, CCTV cameras. So if you're planning something memorable, maybe close the door first. Cruise ships are romantic, just maybe not that public. Cruise lines love music when it's played in the piano bar. Your wireless speaker blasting yacht rock at midnight? Not so much. Too many complaints and they'll confiscate it or shut you down. Same goes for musical instruments. Even if you're really good at ukulele. Cabin walls are thin, noise travels. Let your neighbors enjoy their vacation without a personal concert. It's called the wind tunnel effect, and it's very real. Balcony door open plus cabin door open means your paperwork is flying into someone's soup. In extreme cases, doors slam hard enough to injure fingers. Also, it messes with the ship's air conditioning system, which is basically the cruise line's version of sacred ground. So for everyone's comfort, and your fingers, one door at a time. Thinking of packing your kettle, hot plate, or electric blanket? Don't. Unless you're cruising from the UK where some lines provide kettles, they'll be confiscated. Even baby bottle warmers are on the banned list. Hair dryers and curling irons are usually fine, just leave the George Foreman grill at home. Also, surge-protected extension cords =sign automatic removal. On a ship, fire safety isn't a suggestion, it's a religion. Leaving your phone or camera charging while you're out? Cabin stewards are trained to unplug anything left charging unattended. Yes, even your electric toothbrush. It's all about fire prevention. Your iPad isn't worth an onboard evacuation. Want ambiance? Bring battery-powered tea lights. They're romantic and don't set off the smoke alarms. You'd think with a drinks package, the minibar would be free. Spoiler, it usually isn't. I once assumed mine was included, then saw charges for every soda I touched. Unless you're in a suite on a luxury line, expect minibar fees. Also, don't pack the robe or the binoculars. They're not gifts. Toiletries? That's a grayer area. If they're restocked, maybe, but don't overdo it. Here's the golden rule. If it didn't come with the bathroom, don't flush it. No wipes, no hygiene products, no biodegradable anything. Ship toilets use vacuum systems. One bad flush can block 10 rooms. There's a trash bin for everything else. Use it. We've all had the cruise where the toilet didn't work. Don't be the reason it's this cruise. Hanging clothes to dry on your balcony? Don't. They'll fly into the sea or someone's dinner. Use the retractable bathroom line or bring magnetic hooks. And remember, balcony doors and bathroom doors open both ways. I've walked out of the bathroom naked into a very awkward turn-down service. Now I use the do not disturb sign religiously. And if you're docked, close the curtains unless you're into free exposure.